Welcome back to the tutorial PayPal subscription integration. This is the last step of this tutorial. If you have gotten up to this stage, I'm very grateful for that. That encourages me to keep on making awesome videos like this. Alright, in this last tutorial, we are dealing with the subscription, how to cancel subscription. Okay, this is under subscription management, as you can see here. Alright, so this is the sample required cancel API call command. Just like as we always do, we copy this, then go over to this website that converts call command to PHP. Okay, but before then, a successful request returns the HTTP 204 no content status code with no JSON response body. If subscription cancellation strategy, it triggers this webhook. Okay, now to be able to cancel a subscription, the steps involved are we need to generate an access token like always, then we use that access token to cancel the subscription. If we generate an access token, then we'll fetch our subscriber ID. As we can see here, this is the subscriber ID. We'll fetch it from what we have in our database, then we can now run this script. All right, so if we go over to this my starter files, I have this file access token cancel, which is empty, then cancel underscore sub.php file, which is also empty. This is how we'll cancel the subscription after we must have fetched our subscriber ID from the database, and this will be a success page showing that it was cancelled successfully. Okay, so since we already have a script where we generate our access token, we need this token to be able to access the PayPal REST API. Okay, so we just all need to copy all this and paste them here and save. Okay, but the only changes we need to do, remember, I'm not going to go over and teach you all this because I've done that before. If you don't know how I got to this, you need to start from the beginning and watch this tutorial. We just change the location to the cancel underscore sub.php, then pass the access token variable, which must have gotten from here. Okay, so that is just it. So when we head back here, we'll copy this and paste it here. Sorry, before then we need to open our PHP tag, then paste it. All right, so as you can see, we need to pass so this is subscriber ID. We'll pass our subscriber ID, then we'll pass our access token variable here and do the rest of the things that we need to do. Okay, so remember, our token is being passed in the URL once we pass from this. So in order to get that, you use get global variable. You can just do that inside here, define a variable called a token, and access, the name is access underscore token. All right, so we're just going to clean this, concatenate that with the full stop mark, then use raw URL encode function, pass the token variable. Simple as that. So the next thing we need to add here is the subscriber ID, which we have in our database. So to do that, first thing we need to do, open our tag, then include our database connection. using include function, database folder, then my db.php. After that, remember our email. Let's say email variable, remember, is always gjh.com. That's our email. Okay, using SQL now, just like as we did before. Query function, select subscriber ID. Let me be sure I have the spelling correct from the database. So this is what I want to fetch here, subscriber ID. Okay, from the table name is customer underscore details table, where session underscore email is equal to email variable. Limits it to 1 so it doesn't continue to check every rows in the database. MySQLi underscore error function. Okay, so select subscriber ID from customer underscore details, where session email is equals to email, limit 1. All right. Now, if the SQL num rows, if it's not equals to 0, that means it's fetched data. By the rows variable SQL fetch ASSOC, fetch associative array. Alright, so we're going to define a variable, call it subscriber ID, and rows in this name of what? Subscriber ID. Okay, I think we have fetched that. So we're going to pass this variable which we have gotten from the database to replace this. Okay, so to do that, we are going to clean this and open to quotation mark single quotes, then concatenation, use raw URL encode function, pass the subscriber ID. All right. Okay, next thing now is to change this. I think I have sample here. Just copy that. All right. So it checks if there's any error from the call. If not, then else. This is where we are going to update the database. All right. So what we're going to do is now to update the customer underscore details table and set the status to cancelled. Okay, set it to start cancelled. Remember, when this is successful according to paper documentation, a successful request of this returns HTTP2 for no content status code with no JSON response. But this means is if we convert this, if we decode it with JSON underscore decode function and dump the response body, it will not have any response body, meaning that it is successful. So no need to check that. What we just need to do is just to update our database. Okay, so define a variable, call it SQL, and update customer details, then set status equal to cancelled. Yeah, that's the spelling that they have, cancelled. As you can see from the webhook, look at the spelling, it is cancelled. Cancelled. Okay, then we can just maybe empty other data, like empty the subscriber ID, plan ID, because that's the customer has cancelled this subscription. The start time, everything will be emptied. Okay, this is the reason why from the beginning I used updating instead of inserting those subscription details directly to the database. Also remember, while setting up this database, to put all your data into default null, so that subsequently a customer can update, cancel, or deactivate their subscription. So update that to cancel. Then for subscriber ID, you can just empty it, comma, and the next one is plan ID. Remember, it has to come accordingly. Plan ID, start time, status update time, full name, payment, email address. Okay, start underscore time, status underscore update underscore time, full name. I believe we empty that too. Full name, then payments underscore email address, payments underscore email underscore address equal to empty. Using our where clause now, where our session email is equal to what? Our email variable. This email variable. Okay. In that way, the right row will be updated using my SQLi error function past our database connection. So now we're going to query our result. Define a variable, call it query underscore result, database connection, then just using query function. query.sql. Okay, using if statement, if the condition is true, that's if it's being updated, that query underscore result variable, if it is true, then redirect the user now. Header function. We'll now redirect the user to this cancel success page. Cancel. Remember, watch the name. Cancel.php. Okay. You can also pass a variable in the URL. Subscriptions. Just call it subscriptions cancelled. It's not a must, but just to make things look okay. Then exit or die function, so that it leaves this page. Okay. So else echo error, then my SQLi error function. Passive database connection. Okay, I think it's looking good. Let's now test it and see what's going to happen. So remember, we are coming from here first. Access token. So in your website, you're supposed to have a button where that links to this access token cancel.php. So when it clicks, you click on it, to all these scripts will run. Then after that, the user will be redirected to cancel_sub and come here. This is where it will now be cancelled. Okay, getting the subscriber ID of the user that logged in with this email into here, into PayPal API. Then once it's successful, you update the table, update the status to cancelled, then empty order requests. So let's just try that in our browser. So let's say transfer, what was the name again? Cancel, access token cancel. Okay, cancel. Wait, let me check something. Okay, now refresh that and see what's going to happen. Good, it was successful. So we are redirected to cancel success.php page. So this is subscription cancelled. Hate to see you go if this was a mistake. I think it worked, but let's just check our dashboard. Remember, this is the subscription, okay, the premium videos. So we're going to refresh this page and see if the status has changed to cancelled. If you have gotten value from this video, if you have learned something new, please don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Okay, while we wait for this to load, let's just check our database. Okay, good. So our database has been updated to cancelled. Then every other field names are now emptied. All right, that was successful. As you can see, status cancelled. See? So guys, I hope you learned something new today. And we have come to the end of PayPal subscription integration. If you have learned something new, please don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends. If you need me to do this for you, maybe you need a specific integration for this paper subscription, you can contact me, although I charge for it. But you can follow this video tutorial and from the beginning to the end. I'm sure you can do it yourself. Alright, for the activating the subscription, I'm sure you can do that the same way I did the cancel. Okay, you copy this, go to this website, convert it to PHP, deploy command to PHP, then pass, let's see. Okay, it needs the subscriber ID. Okay, you can get the subscriber ID, then you activate that. So that's just about it. All right, I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.